Hi, my name's Rich. I went to Nottingham and did a degree in Internet Business. I work in the policy division and my team specialise on a European directive for insurers. I'm actually a bit older than some of the other grads. I graduated in 2005, joined a large investment bank, worked for them for a couple of years. Really enjoyed it. It was a good experience to get some that kind of grounding in the industry, but felt a bit constricted, wanted to see a bit more elements of the business. So joining the FSA gave me the opportunity to rotate around several departments, and I've really liked the fact that although I enjoy what I'm going to do now, in September it'll change and I'll get a chance to do something different for another year. Well, I'm a first year on the scheme, and my first role's been in wholesale policy, so this is setting the rules that the FSA sets for firms to follow in the wholesale market. My specific team within that is to do with a European directive for insurers. So on a day-to-day basis we go through the directive, make sure it makes sense for the UK industry, and propose amendments through the European Council with the other member states. A lot of what we do is presentations and briefings for people within the business, or we go out to conferences and talk on the topic, and a lot of liaison with the industry to make sure that the rules we make end up being okay for the UK market. One of the things I like most about working at the FSA is that, I mean, it's quite just a common sense approach to how you do your work, in that it's not about working long hours. My manager always says that I'm judged on outputs, not hours. So that gives me spare time to do other things around my work. I mean, we're in the gym at the moment. It's a subsidised gym here at the FSA for the employees, and because the working conditions are quite flexible, it means you can come before work, you can go at lunchtime. So a lot of people make use of this. And there's loads of other things going on, lots of social things organised either by the grad team or just by work at large. Personally, I play a lot of sport, so I represent the FSA in the football team. We came second in the London Legal League last year, lost the league on goal difference, which is actually really annoying. There's also five-a-side leagues that are arranged at lunchtimes. I'm playing tomorrow lunchtime, and by chance tomorrow night I'm playing for the cricket team as well, which is much more a social team, anyone can get involved. So you meet a lot of people from across the business, and it's just a really interesting way to kind of break up your week. Aside from the sport, I mean, if the thought of the gym drives you mad, they do a lot of other things. There's sort of quiz nights, there's actually whiskey and wine tastings, they do a lot of trips out to events, subsidised plays, that kind of thing. So either through the grad network or just through the sports and social network at the FSA, there's actually quite a lot of things going on around outside of your day-to-day job. I've so screwed myself over because that is going to go in, isn't it? Well, once you join, there's actually quite a few ways that the FSA tries to kind of look after you. It may be your first job, you might be new to it. So first off, there's the grad network. You will join with 20 people who you go through a month-long rigorous induction with. So you instantly have 20 people scattered around the business who you know, who you can ask, you can get help for questions and things like that. And also one of them from each intake becomes a grad liaison committee member. So that's a way for the grads to raise issues or problems they have with the grad team and up through the chain. So if anyone has a particular concern, they can come to me. I'm actually our committee member for this year, and I pass it on up through the grad team to try and get the problem sorted. From working in previous jobs, the differences I've found coming to the FSA are that the senior management, the people higher up in the business, really are a lot more interested in the grads than I've necessarily found elsewhere. If you've got something that needs sorting, if you have an issue, it doesn't matter if it's another grad or the director of your division. You email the person who needs to know, and if that happens to be the director or upwards, then that's who you email, and they always treat you with respect, and they listen to you regardless of what it is that you've got to say. If you think it's genuine, then they'll give you a chance, which I find is quite rewarding. It's a good way to work. I'd say if graduates are thinking about where they want to work and they know they want to go into financial services, but they don't necessarily know exactly what part of it they want to do, or they'd like the variety, I'd say that's the best thing the FSA offers, is that you will do 3 different jobs. They will be 3 real jobs, but they couldn't, the potential for them to be so different, but all challenging and interesting, and all of them ultimately to do with the financial services industry and everything that goes on in it. I think that you get a unique insight if you come here, because you see the industry from 3 different angles, which puts you in the best position to decide what it is you actually want to do going forward. And you'll no doubt find that the FSA does it, because we have to cover everything. So I'd say that's one of the best things about coming to work here. What has surprised me a lot is how good everybody around me is. I mean, day to day they're just your colleagues and you don't necessarily see that side of them. Then something comes up that's urgent or complicated and somebody around me will know the answer. They know their topics inside and out, and their ability to get things done quickly and well, it did kind of take me a bit by surprise. It came out of nowhere, but it's day to day. It's surrounded by people who really know what they're doing. I'd say if you're thinking of coming to the assessment centre, it is tough, but the thing that they look for, I think the most, the thing that will set you apart is a bit of topical knowledge, current affairs, because what the FSA does necessarily changes all the time, because we have to react and preempt what happens in the market. So buy your Financial Times, watch the news. They're not looking for you to have the answers, but you need to have an opinion. If you turn up to interview and they ask you about something that's going on and you don't know, then that won't look very well. They're really looking for people to be interested and have an opinion on what's going on in the market at the moment. So if you do your research right and you get through, you might get to work with me. Cheers. That was awful. I hate myself. That is horrible. And you've kept filming. Good.